Hey guys, Tucker here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Minsk Pocket. Playing for you today, spawning in the north is Boy Helping Cunts. I believe this is Kim.jong.un, changing their name, who everybody believes to be poor lady. But I'll call him Kim.jong.un for today. He is playing as the Brits. Spawning the south, playing as OKW is Storm Tiger Giap. I've gone to a few pronunciation websites and seems to be how you are supposed to pronounce his name, so hopefully I don't butcher it going forwards. So Minsk Pocket can be trouble against the Brits. Generally they can put a Bofors somewhere here in the centre, and it doesn't leave you that much of the I mean, it can be just a really good thing to lock down pretty much the entire centre of the map for the entire game, so we'll have to see how Giap gets along here. Looks like we have two infantry sections and a brain carrier for Kim.jong.un. Brain carrier in a head-to-head battle will quite easily beat the Kugelwagen, probably with about half health remaining, so Giap's gonna have to be careful with that Kubel. You can't really go toe-to-toe that brain carrier, especially if it gets the machine gun upgrade. I think it's K mount. It will only further increase its potency against the Kugelwagen. So it looks like Kim.jong.un is now putting down a bunker, trench over there. And that does actually cost the British forces manpower, unlike Axis or Ostia. So, nicely done here by Giap. He's forced a pretty good engagement here. Soon Pioneers and Kuba will arrive in at an opportune time, forcing away the infantry section, inflicting quite a lot of damage, but only one squad member lost from that so far. Of course, the Brits do have a slightly easier time against OKW, mainly because OKW don't have a sniper, and fortunately there's actually, I mean, they're a bit rubbish, let's be honest. So OKW have a bit of a harder time exploiting the rather weak Brits early game. So it looks like a lot of trenches are going to be part of Kim.jong.un's strategy here. Wow, this Raketenwerfer cannot hit at all. See, there's a little change in elevation there, completely shutting down that Raketenwerfer. I've experienced a similar thing against OKW trenches once before, when I could kill trenches here in the centre of Minsk Pocket. Even after relocating it even closer, you still can't kill it. And these cannot be occupied by your opponents. I wonder if you could spawn partisans out of them. Your allies could. Probably not. But you can spawn Fallschirmjäger out of trenches, I believe. Okay, so not much has gone on so far. We've got a battle group here in a rather defensive position from Giap. Forward of his base, but still quite far back. Sometimes you see it a bit further up here. So the trench finally goes down there, but that has taken up quite a bit of time. And that's actually going to be Luftwaffe ground forces, speaking of Fallschirmjäger. So on rolls an MG34, fresh on the field, and bad timing for that because here comes the Wasp, and that's what you call it. The universal carrier upgraded with the flamethrower, the Wasp. 9 munitions comes once you've teched up, but man, this thing's lethal. Incredible range, and like most flame weapons at the moment, this patch, incredible DPS on stationary weaponry. Even stationary infantry can't really sit under the Wasp's flames for too long. Even moving infantry can't. I mean, it's really strong. And looks like Kim Jong-un is now going to go for a British sniper. So we're pretty stationary early game, and accordingly you can see very little in the way of command points for both players so far. 6 minutes into the game, not even 1.5 CPs for Kim Jong-un.
Heavy machine gun Cooper ready for action.
Looks like he's going to make a push down the right hand side, make a play for his munitions. But this is some nice positioning from Giap. Oh, and he gets that right as they was about to run out of the arc of fire off that Raketenwerfer, and he retreats that. So that was an incredibly good engagement for Giap, knocking out that Wasp, and that's 90 munitions. At Paul, I mean, not Paul. Oh, there's too many names. Kim Jong-un will not be getting back. Not Paul, wink wink. So MG34 here on the flank, and so is the Kubel. So a lot of suppression that's going to shut down both of these squads, but they do manage to do a bit of harassment, neutralizing a few points there, cutting off another one. Sniper is moving on to the other flank. And it looks like this squad, is that right? I guess we'll see. I don't know if he can cap from inside the trench or not.
Lay footings for Panzer HQ here. Capture complete. Weapons
Looks like you can. That's good to know. So that's going to be a nice safe haven for his troops to use to cap. Interesting strategy, putting a trench up there. The squad has gone very deep, and it does have a nice retreat path. British sniper being quite good at sniping units on retreat. Probably also spotted that mine going down, and oh no, he's quite late on the reaction to this. See, that's what I was saying. Very good at hitting squads on retreat. Why can't he aim? Okay, I don't know how he didn't get that shot off there. Bad luck there for... Oh, I keep wanting to say Paul. Kim Jong-un. And definitely good luck there for Giap. So Giap has gone for the infantry support gun, which seems to be very strong in this game, and also very strong against British, especially if they try to go for replacements. I imagine that Kim Jong-un is wise to that strategy, so he hasn't tried to put down a Bofors. Usually, okay, do you go 2 infantry support guns and just constantly barrage it until it's dead? But we've seen 2 snipers from... Oh, why do I keep... Not Paul... Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. Hopefully I'll remember it this time. Oh, Brit snipers 1-2 punch onto the Kuba wagon, almost take it down, but they do run into the Schwer HQ, and their squad gets suppressed infantry section. The 2 snipers back off. So quite a heavy infantry opening from Kim Jong-un. Success. And he's actually investing in another Bren carrier. Okay. Maybe he's gonna upgrade that with the command vehicle like we saw Barton do the other day.
New universal
And,
carrier ready for use.
do that on a rather low value vehicle. You don't worry about having to move around slowly, but get all the benefits of that very, very strong ability.
It's getting a bit sticky.
Scout planes and all.
Supplies are here.
So double snipers moving into position to work on these Volksgrenadiers, and they're going to be in a bit of trouble.
Under attack.
Oh, that shot missed somehow. And here comes a Luke's. Sniper's a bit out of position. There is an AT gun here.
Under fire. Taking fire.
Green carrier's trying to block the Luke's from chasing and is successful. Now Luke's is in a bit of trouble. Switches targets to the AT gun. Green carrier's also in trouble. Luckily he hasn't used command vehicle on that yet, but the Luke's is abandoned. No, it's dead. And the green carrier gets away alive. So that was nicely done there with the green carrier there stopping the Luke's from advancing, knocking out the snipers. Does lose the AT gun for his troubles. Looks like he's going to crew that with his Stern Pioneer, so very expensive squad to try and crew a team weapon with, but you got to do what you got to do. So AT gun for Luke's. Could have been worse, but could have been better. Oh man, he just cannot hit this trench. There it goes. Snipers are back on the front lines, making short work of these Volksgrenadiers. They finally react there. Not before. Whoa, almost dying. Snipers are tough to deal with. And Giap, having invested in a lot of team weapons now, doesn't have an easy answer. Could always hope for a RNG infantry support gun hit, but other than that, his counter that he was relying on, the Luke's, unsuccessful there. Whoa, nice shell there. Suppresses 2 squads, gets 1 model, and probably affording him line of sight in that area. Wow, look at that. Forces a full retreat from 3 squads there. Some miracle shots there from the ISG. Those are the first kills it's actually got this game. Bit of a late bloomer. Snipers moving to the north. Shutting down this MG34. He should probably just retreat that. Otherwise he's going to lose it. Perhaps hoping for the infantry support gun to rotate. No. It's just barraging in this general vicinity, hoping to strike it lucky once more. So Giap has figured he cannot wait for a tank. Needs to bring in another Luke's, because these snipers are really doing a lot of damage to all of his infantry, and I don't blame him. That being said, Kim.jong.un has saved a lot of fuel. Vance is trying to put some damage onto the sniper once again. Puts a lot of damage onto that sniper. Almost gets it. Whoa, that thing's so close. He's going to try and immobilize it maybe in front of the AT gun. Decides otherwise. And now without those snipers, MGs are free to advance and put suppression on all these squads, forcing them to retreat. Infantry support gun firing. Got a kill at the start of the engagement. It's now up to 5 kills. So Giap is off to a pretty good start in some ways. He's about 130 VPs ahead at this stage. But usually that's not enough against the British. Their late game is so strong. I mean, the AVRE is strong, the Crocodile is just crazy good. All variants of the Churchill are basically indestructible. But I logged out of Steam, friends. Now there we go. All variants of the Churchill pretty much indestructible, so
Assembly complete.
generally have to get yourself a good advantage before the Brits field at Churchill. Seems to be the way to go these days. Speaking of Churchill, no, we are going to see a Cromwell. So a bit of medium tank action. Cromwell's pretty good. Can't complain.
Ready for action.
Be more than a match for this Luke's.
Structure is up.
Bit of mine.
Grenadiers under attack. Battle damage estimates.
I can't even see it. I assume it was a mine. That was snipers. Pretty much healed back to full once more and returning to combat. Also retreat there. Royal Engineers are actually surprisingly good. In a one-on-one fight, they pretty much match the Fox Grenadier squad with the Shrek. They don't have their sweepers, so not too bad as frontline combat units, as you see some people doing, because the infantry section bleed is just too costly. So Cromwell's on the charge, chasing down the Lukes. There's a mine here now, just freshly placed. But I don't think Luke's is going to last long enough. Oh, whoa! He's going on a unusual path here. That shot missed, but that shot finishes the job on the Luke's. So Giap hasn't really had much luck. Both of his Luke's didn't get much done against those snipers, what they really aimed to kill. And now he's spent 100 fuel. All for naught. While this is going on, Sniper's been working on the MG34 in the centre, and that's going to be stolen. So, MG34 in the hands of Kim.jong.un.
Volks Grenadiers back to full strength. Simon, ready the gun. Enemy infantry.
I wonder what Giap's next play is going to be. Doesn't have that much fuel, honestly. All of these vehicles have kind of died in his opponent's territory, so he hasn't been able to salvage them, which is a crying shame. So he's actually kind of in a sticky situation in terms of fuel right now. Looks like he's going to field himself another infantry support gun, so it looks like he's just going to go for some miracle hits on the snipers as his answer. He's got to be careful though, leaving his infantry support gun on the front lines. If the gunner keeps getting sniped and he keeps dropping the gun and picking it up, this thing moves very slowly, could quite easily die to the snipers. Luckily there is his Schwer HQ here, so it doesn't have far to back until it's safe and sound. What does that cost to reinforce? 23. Okay, so it's not too bad really. There's no pack out so before the recent changes. I mean, what was that? 48 to reinforce? It was just crazy. Crazy expensive. 6 men, 48 each. Not good. Thanks for fixing that relic. How much does this got? Still only got 5 kills, but has managed to receive that one. He is barraging away at the centre, putting some damage onto that bunker now. And some damage onto the infantry squad. Look at all these shells, they're very accurate. 100% accuracy so far.
Taking effective fire.
And, I mean, how did that Shrek miss? I mean, that was point blank range. Completely missed that trench there. And speaking of emplacements, 3-inch mortar emplacement put down in a rather far forwards position, but it looks like Kim.jong.un has decided he's going to hold his ground here in the centre, and Giap is in a bit of trouble here because he's lost both of his elixirs. He's in a bit of a hole.
Taking fire.
2 infantry support guns working pretty good for him so far though. forcing a retreat from that stolen MG34, and if he can advance them far enough to try and put some damage onto the mortar emplacement, that would be a great help. It's got to be careful though. You can't advance them too far, get them fired upon by those snipers or maybe even this Cromwell. So really, I mean, really a pretty static and slow-paced game. It seems to be quite a common occurrence with these British games in 1v1s. Seem to be rather more inactive. So he's slowly advancing his stuff, just barraging, clearing his advance. Does have a mine down here, but we do have a sweeper somewhere over here. They may have been spotted. Actually, there's a few shoe mines around. Giap has been pretty diligent in his shoe mine usage, afforded to him by that strong munitions control he had in the early game. Now it looks like he's starting to put some damage onto the mortar emplacement. Mortar emplacement is returning fire, but doesn't have far to go to reinforce. Action in the top. Grenade forces an evacuation of the trench, but they get right back in. Here comes the Cromwell. There's a T-gun here in a decent spot. Looks like he went in for the crush there on that Shrek squad. But he's taking a lot of damage. Here comes the Raketenwerfer though, but he's making the correct call. Going to the south. How did that squad die there? Oh, Shumai finished his job on the Cromwell though. But how did that squad die? Was that from a Cromwell shot? I mean, they were very clumped up, but I think there was at least four, maybe even 5 men from that squad in one shot. Definitely a lucky break there for Kim.jong.un, I have to say. Infantry support gun barrages raining down on the mortar emplacement. Here comes the brace though, lowering that damage output to just a light tickle. Jagdpanzer tried to join in, but there is a 6-pounder still here, guarding the centre from any kind of armour. Still, that has allowed Giap a bit of time to get some fuel going. So now he does have that Jagdpanzer. He also has the IR searchlight. Should be useful in conjunction with his infantry support guns. Structures, this brace structure is getting quite low. He does have stand fast, which he could activate if he wants to try and hold on to that for a bit longer. He's actually made a second mortar emplacement, even further forwards. Down goes the one in the rear, but I think he's now surprised that there's another one even further forwards. Perhaps Kim.jong.un's trying to put some pressure on Giap's forward structures. Raining down on the battle group headquarters now. Infantry support guns need to return fire. Make sure that's braced so it can't fire at his stuff. And there's the sweepers protecting both of those shoe mines. So we can see that somehow Kim.jong.un is just creeping his way forward piece by piece. Despite some good engagements for Giap, there was a really nice trap he laid up north there with his AT guns to knock out that Cromwell. And there we see Standfast coming in, repairing that whilst it's braced. Or repairs it whenever. Lasts a long time as well, as you can see. Makes those British emplacements that much harder to destroy. Looks like Giap's going to go to the north again. Okay, he's going to send up all his AT weaponry to try and clear this trench. Trench is definitely slowing Zap's movement. Looks like Kim Jong-un can sit a squad on one of these emplacements and take a very long time to remove. This gives Jagdpanzer a bit further up the hill. Try and actually land one of those shots. Whoa, what happened there? 2 Brens went down. I guess an infantry section got blown up by these infantry support guns. This one's up to 4 kills, this one's up to 8. I saw that they were quite low. There's a 2-man squad down here, but I guess they got knocked out. Jagdpanzer's finally moved a bit further up the hill, but still having a lot of trouble knocking out this trench. I found that tank destroyers weren't that good at killing them. Stuff like bulldozer Sherman was quite effective though against the Axis trenches. Maybe high explosive shells are a better way to go. So this battle group's getting mighty low under the mortar emplacement fire. Zap needs to stay on top of his infantry support guns, keep them raining down on this mortar emplacement so it cannot rain down on his emplacements for headquarters. Looks like he's instead making a play around the north, but this trench play is going to slow him down once again. So he's going for Luke's and Jagdpanzer combo, so it's a nice combo of anti-infantry and anti-tank, but here comes the Churchill AVRE, and that's going to make short work of all of Zap's just everything. Especially his team weapons, so he's going to have to be very careful with his AT guns and his infantry support guns. And I think those mines have all been swept here from the centre, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He's just going to roll his Churchill straight down the middle. Perhaps try to destroy that battle group, but it's already been knocked out by the mortar emplacement. Looks like he's going to put the damage onto the Schwer instead. Does about half its health, which is pretty good. There's the 6-pounder here, and just... oh, sniper disables the Jagdpanzer and the 6-pounder's arc of fire. Here comes the Lutz, putting some pressure on the sniper. Sniper's getting quite low, switches targets to the AT gun. Nope, back to the sniper. Man, he just cannot hit that, and he's going the wrong direction. Oh, but it doesn't matter. He finishes the job there. Jagdpanzer continues the advance, trying to put pressure on the AVRE while it reloads. It's getting quite close to reload. Down goes the Bren carrier command vehicle. He's rolling it forwards. He's got another charge in a second. No, but the turret's rotating in the wrong direction. It's rotating back into the correct direction. Here it comes. Oh, 6-pounder goes down. AVRE knocks out the Rekenwerfer. There's still the stolen 6-pounder and the Luke's on its flank. One more shot and this will go down. There is a Shrek squad here as well. And down goes the AVRE. Some reckless play there from Kim Jong-un. So he's lost both of his snipers, in fact. I must have missed one of them going down before. His AVRE and I mean his AT, looks like his AT gun also went down here. So heavy losses from Kim Jong-un, and got good engagement there for Zap. He had all his AT concentrated. Some a nice flank as well from that Shrek squad, and now he's just pounding away at this emplacement. Still has lost his battle group, and oh, he's lost his Schwer as well. I didn't even realize that had gone down. So all he's got is this mechanized regiment, and he's, well, I suppose that's all he needs right now. Looks like another AVRE, and now Giap doesn't really have any answer to this. He's got one 6-pounder. This is still available to be recruited. But he doesn't have his Jagdpanzer, and that's going to cause a few issues. Whoa, was that thing on... No, that's not a aviary, it's a Cromwell. Okay, the aviary is still cooling down. I was gonna say, whoa, is that thing using emergency war speed or something? No, it's just a Cromwell. False alarm, guys. I humbly apologize. So if we look at the victory point situation, those mortar emplacements there in the centre did buy Kim Jong-un a very, very long time, and he's pretty much leveled the playing field in terms of victory points. Also denying Giap healing, because he doesn't have his battle group, and Giap now has an awkward choice of what to go for next. He's actually going for a Puma. And what? No, what is that coming up now? It's a Comet. Puma doesn't really stand much of a chance against a Comet, honestly. I think if he knew that a Comet was coming, he'd think twice, but now he is out there salvaging some wrecks, maybe hoping to go for a multi-Puma play. But the Cromwell and the Comet will be more than a match for what Giap is currently fielding. Perhaps needs to invest in another AT gun, and definitely needs to invest in some more mines, because Kim Jong-un doesn't have any sweepers at the moment, lost those Royal Engineers. So this is a very unusual army from both teams. Cromwell takes a 6-pounder shot and a rocket, and another rocket, but manages to take out the Kubel, and Giap was very late in trying to rotate his 6-pounder, so didn't even get another shot off on that Cromwell. Probably could have done that. He's now rebuilding some engineers to help with repairs, but he could always use vehicle crew repairs. Here comes the Comet going deep for the Lukes. There's the Puma here at an opportune time. There's a Shrek squad as well. I think this Lukes is going to go down. Here comes the Cromwell back into the action. 6-pounder has rotated. Where is the Raketenwerfer? Raketenwerfer's coming back to the front. 6-pounder needs to rotate. Puma's going forward, trying to knock out the Comet. 6-pounder needs to sit down and fire at something. Shots are bouncing left and right. They're missing. Oh no! Both these tanks are gonna get away on the sliver of health, and he will be able to use vehicle crew repairs, get them back onto the front lines very quickly. He's got 700 munitions right now. So all that's going to be for naught from Giap. All that damage that you would usually think, oh man, I did so good there. In the end, not so good, losing his Lukes for very little gain. In fact, probably just granting his enemy veterancy more than anything. As we can see, Comet's almost up to Vet 1 already, and so is Cromwell, in fact. And looks like he's used Tank Commander, so that gets them faster veterancy and more vision. And accuracy as well. Is that right? Wow, for 25 munitions, that seems good. It seems very good, in fact. Maybe that needs to be a bit more expensive. As we can see, the British don't have that much to do with their munitions if they don't have one of those huge bombing runs. And those huge, crazy good bombing runs. So infantry support guns make short work of the stolen MG34, and that's what you can see. You can see that infantry support gun play. I mean, they're very accurate now in this patch. Kim Jong-un is starting to feel the VP pressure down to 184 VPs. Rotating to the north. Shutting down this capping of the munitions point. And Giap does need munitions back. He needs to keep making mines. Try and snare one of these extremely powerful British tanks. Here they come down the hill chasing the Puma. There is the 6-pounder, and the Kenworth of the 6-pounder didn't fire. Slightly incorrect arc. It looks like even the Royal Engineers are being upgraded with Vickers LMGs. Slightly cheaper alternative to the infantry sections. And he definitely needs just more squads for capping. Try and keep some VP pressure going. So the Allied armour, both now Vet 1, both in the north. Going to be quite hard to dislodge. Giap is at 145 fuel. Maybe thinking of going for a King Tiger, or maybe thinking about going for another Jagdpanzer in fact. Maybe once he gets enough manpower, that may be the choice once more. Still, this trench play is definitely slowing them down time and time again. Clock is on a slow tick at the moment. Just the central VP is under anyone's control.
Objective secured. Find cover.
British tanks are rotating, but do get spotted by the IR searchlight.
Standing by for setting of command post.
So Giap is going to be wise to that rotation. And it's probably going to move his AT guns. There they go. Nicely played. Does have a few Shrek squads. Oh, wow, look at that put. That confirmer can't even penetrate the Comet from the rear. Shrek squad is forced to retreat. Giap hasn't invested in another vehicle. But Kim.jong.un has its AVRE, and he's got a very, very, very strong armoured force, and now Giap's maybe going to be punished for not going for the Jagdpanzer and trying to knock out these tanks while he had the chance. These team weapons are going to be sitting ducks for the AVRE. Doesn't have enough AT firepower. He is going for the Jagdpanzer now, so it's a bit late though. Don't know if he'll be out in the nick of time. AVRE does get spotted by the IR searchlight, but I'm not sure if Giap actually noticed that or if he just thought that was any other kind of tank. Looks like he may have noticed it, in fact, because he's already rotating his Fallschirmjägers away. Still keeping that VP pressure on, and I'm sure he's hearing those big explosions through the fog of war. So some nice dynamic searchlight play here from Giap, and he's really making the most of that, keeping good tabs on what his opponent is doing. Sometimes players, you know, tend to just sit in one spot the entire game, but he's been quite dynamic with it, moving around and really making the most of it. So here comes the British spearhead running straight down the centre. No, going to the left. Looks like he wants to knock out these folks. Spots this. Whoa, is that that's a Fallschirmjäger squad with that. Fallschirmjäger squad on the MG34. That's a very expensive MG34. Manages to chase away that Shrek squad here. Looks like he's going to play it safe though. Doesn't want to advance too much further. He knows that he's run over quite a few shoe mines to date, and doesn't have any sweepers nearby. Oh, he does have sweepers on both of these squads, but they are quite far away, even though you can't see the icon because of the LMGs they're holding. So it looks like he's going to make a push down the centre. Cromwell's already taken a bit of damage from the Kenworth. Here comes the AVRE. on 6-pounder. Oh no, is he going to take out all this stuff with one shell? Oh, that was a nasty hit. Oh man, there was a Shrek squad, 6-pounder, and the well, most of the MG34 squad just vaporized. And as you can see, it's pretty much, I mean, it's halfway reloaded already. People are quite upset at how good this unit is compared to the Sturm Tiger, for example, which has to back away and reload, and it's vulnerable while it's reloading. Whoa, down goes the Churchill. Nice aggressive Puma play there. Pop smokes, try and cover his retreat against the Comet. Aviaries returning to the front lines, perhaps hoping to knock out these team weapons. But Comet's now out of position. Yapans is on the chase. Puma perhaps going to use aim shot. Should use aim shot. It's just trying to chase down that Comet, but it seems to be quite a lot faster than the Jagdpanzer, but it doesn't matter. The Puma manages to knock it out. Universal carrier here in the back with the upgrades gets knocked out, and that's GG. Giap wins. I thought that Kim.jong.un had a chance there. At the end, he had a very strong armoured force, but Giap took some really good engagements. That was nicely done there with the Puma, baiting, or I mean, aggressive play, killing the Cromwell, and then Kim.jong.un thought he needed to go in and knock out that Puma, and the Jagdpanzer arrived just in the nick of time, knocked out the Comet. That was really well done. Just some really nice active team weapon play as well from Giap, moving his AT guns around, baiting his opponent into them, and getting a good result. Anyway, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like a game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.